Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we are taking a look at the brand new SUPERPOWER FLAREON in the Ultra League Premier Cup. With all the evolutions getting new exclusive moves this weekend, the two I was most excited to try were Psyshock Sylveon, which I covered in a video yesterday, and SUPERPOWER FLAREON. I think SUPERPOWER does provide a really unique coverage move to FLAREON and gives it a lot of closing potential endgame. To round out the rest of the squad, I decided to pair it with a Swampert and my newly built Kingdra. And so without further ado, let's hop into these matches and let's take a look at the brand new SUPERPOWER FLAREON in action. Hopping into the first match here, we have a pretty neutral lead versus Shadow Gallade. Now Shadow Gallade, of course, has access to Leaf Blade, so basically anytime they throw a charge move, I'm going to have to shield. The nice thing is, however, is Swampert does outpace Gallade, which is fantastic, so we will be getting the charge moves faster than they do. Leaf Blade comes through, we definitely shield that up, but the Shadow Confusions are really starting to add up as well, which is a concern. We're able to get the second shield, which is fantastic, and we should definitely be able to outpace them here. So we may see them decide to switch after this Leaf Blade, and they bring in their own Swampert. I don't have a great response to a Swampert when shields are down, so I go for the Hydro Cannon to get some chip damage, and now I'm going to bring in my Kingdra. And Kingdra is an okay response, although Earthquake will hurt. Oof, that does so much damage. And we're not able to farm down, so I am going to have to use the energy, throw the Octazooka to take them out and secure the switch advantage. Now here, they actually bring in Empoleon. I'm so happy they didn't bring in Gallade. That would have been very, very rough for me. They bring in Empoleon, they don't want to get hit by an Outrage, and they throw. However, Empoleon is very tough, but we have SUPERPOWER. Come on! And we win the CMP tie. We're able to get to the SUPERPOWER. This will be taking out the Empoleon. Now we switch back into the Swampert, and we're able to outpace the Shadow Gallade, get to a Hydro Cannon, and that's going to be enough to take it out and give us the win. So right off the bat, SUPERPOWER coming in clutch on FLAREON, delivering us a win over Empoleon. Hopping into the second match, and what the heck do we have here? That is a Bouffalon. I believe a New York regional, so one I do not have. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure what it has for a moveset. I think it has Stomp, but besides that, not too sure. So I figured may as well let it go. And it has Skull Bash, and that does an incredible amount of damage. So things are not looking great in Game 2. This is not ideal. They're able to get to a move. I'm thinking it's not worth preserving this low of health, so I opt to let it go. There's the Stomp. But the good news is we should be able to bring in the Kingdra and get ahead on energy. It just depends what they have in the back, and that is a really bad sign. They have a Shadow Nidoqueen XL in the back, and unfortunately, our only Pokemon that resisted Poison-type move, Swampert, is dead, so this is looking like a very difficult battle. We're able to get the shield, which is awesome. Unfortunately, our health is really, really low at the moment, getting even lower. We bring in the FLAREON, and they have a Scrafty in the back. So SUPERPOWER will be good here, but this is where the lack of bulk of FLAREON is really rough. We have to shield power-up punches just because of how much counter does the FLAREON. FLAREON is very, very attack-weighted, so it hits very hard, but unfortunately also takes a lot of damage. There, I didn't want to debuff myself just yet, so I actually bait with the higher energy move of Flamethrower before we go for the SUPERPOWER. I'm only able to get a Great, which is not the best, and from here, Shadow Nidoqueen is going to be able to farm down and get to a move versus my Kingdra, and that's going to be a good game. So unfortunately, got spiced on, just got absolutely destroyed by a Bouffalon, so GG's to my opponent. Alright, hopping to the next match here, we have Swampert into Slowbro. Now, Slowbro is not a pick you see every day, very cool to see. Confusion does do a decent amount of damage, but these Earthquakes will really, really hurt, so we may see a shield. Shield comes up, and now we're going to save swap into Kingdra, and we're able to bait out a Galarian Stunfisk. This is not the best matchup for us, but if we're able to get the attack debuffs, we should be in an okay spot. and we get the debuff. That's absolutely massive. And also, I believe in this battle, my recording does freeze for a little bit. So if you guys noticed that, I believe it's coming up here. Yeah, my recording software ended up freezing a little bit, unfortunately. So what happens is I go for the Octazooka, we land it, and we get a second debuff. However, it doesn't kill them, and they're going to be able to get to the Earthquake. That does take me out, which is very unfortunate there. But the good news is we have shield advantage, and since this Stunfisk is 4 times debuffed, we can just mudshot it down. Because Rock Slide, basically anything they throw won't do a lot of damage, and we are very close to another Earthquake. So we're going to shield this up because Slowbro doesn't get to charge moves very quickly. Now we can apply a ton of pressure with this Earthquake. Earthquake comes through. It lands. That does big damage. I'm going to throw the Hydro Cannon to apply even more pressure, and this will either be taking them out or getting that last shield. Gets the shield. We bring in FLAREON, and they have Excadrill. Yes, we're able to outpace Excadrill. Superpower, goodbye Excadrill. So they were running a double ground steal strategy with Slowbro, and FLAREON able to clutch out the win. Let's go. Hopping into the next match, Swampert into Talonflame, great lead for us. They safe swap into a Machamp. Now, one downside of this particular squad is it doesn't have a clean response to a Machamp or Shadow Machamp safe swap. So we're going to land the Hydro Cannon and then catch the Cross Chop onto Kingdra, since Kingdra can take a hit a lot better than our Swampert can. From here, they throw on 5. That's just a Cross Chop, so we should be able to let this go, commit to the farm down, and leave with some energy to throw at the Talonflame, which we're able to do. That's very nice, because we do have a good lead and we preserved alignment, but if Talonflame gets a big enough energy lead, then it can get really tough for Swampert, and they let that go. Very, very smart play by the Talonflame, recognizing that a Hydro Cannon basically one-shots them anyway, so they don't really have to respect the Octazooka. I have to respect the Brave Bird. We shield up there. They have a Venusaur in the back, so things are looking a little rough for us because we are down a shield. Now, to be fair, we have a Fire type on a Grass type, which is good, but they have Sludge Bomb, which hits us for neutral, and things are looking a little rough. We are going to be going for the back-to-back superpowers here. To be fair, they're resisted, but Superpower does hit pretty hard, and FLAREON has a very high attack stat, and we're able to get both shields. That's fantastic. They throw. This Sludge Bomb is definitely going to be taking us out. Fortunately, we were able to get it into Hydro Cannon range. I believe they're 2 Incinerates away, so I need to overfarm by 1 Mud Shot, throw the Hydro Cannon to take them out, and now we should be able to get to our next Hydro Cannon in 8 turns, whereas it'll take them 10 turns to get to the Brave Bird, so we are able to outpace them, and we're going to be able to land this Hydro Cannon and get the win. As it looks like the recording froze again. Not sure what my recording software was up to today. We've definitely got to get on that. We're able to take them out and get the win. All right, hopping to the next match. Swampert into Chestnut. Horrendous lead. We are instantly going to be safe swapping into our Kingdra and counter swapped by an Ampharos. Now, Ampharos throws after 3. This is just a Thunder Punch. I definitely don't have to shield this. And here, I definitely have to go straight Octazooka and hope for the debuff. If we get the debuff, we can definitely flip the switch here. We land it, and we get the debuff. That's absolutely huge. They throw again. This should just be another Thunder Punch. We're fine there, and we should be able to commit to the farm down. That's fantastic. In comes the Chestnut. I decide to go for the Outrage to punish them if they decide not to shield, but they wisely shield, recognizing that they'll need a healthy Chestnut to take out the Swampert endgame. Fortunately, I have Switch, so I'm able to align it with the FLAREON. Now, the Superpower from the Chestnut will hurt quite a bit, so I shield it up, and they have a Shadow Kanto Muck in the back. An incredibly cool pick. I don't want to leave a ton of health for the Chestnut to farm, so I'm definitely going to let this go, and we are going to overfarm, and now we're going to be going for the Earthquake, going for the kill shot. Can we? Oh, no luck. Unfortunately, they do shield it up. However, we're going to be able to land this Hydro Cannon, which does a nice chunk of damage, does get it very low. And from here, I'm fine with letting this go because FLAREON can farm down. They go for the Thunder Punch. They farm down, but from here, they actually switch out to avoid getting farmed down, but I'm still able to get to the Flamethrower. Flamethrower is going to be taking care of Chestnut, and from here, we can just Fire Spin down the Muck, and we're able to get the win. So again, that ended up being a 4-1 set with Superpower Flareon. You'll love to see it. And I was in, I believe, the upper 2800s. Hopping to the next match here against a Bubble Jellicent. They do outpace us to the first move, regardless of what fast move they have, but I'm able to call the bait. That's absolutely massive. We're going straight for the Earthquake. They're going to let it go because it is debuffed, of course, but since they're Bubble and not Hex, we are able to get to the second one before they are, which is fantastic, and this is going to be applying a ton of pressure, gets them very, very low. I'm fully expecting them to Shadow Ball here, but honestly, I'm okay with shielding this, mud-shotting down, and earning myself switch advantage. And switch advantage ends up being incredibly useful because they have a Powder Snow Alolan Ninetales, and we are just going to try and get a shield in this particular matchup. We throw one Hydro Cannon, no shield. Can we get the shield? Yes, we get the shield. That's absolutely fantastic. Things are looking good. We are definitely going to be letting this go and coming in with the Flareon, and unfortunately my recording software freezes here as well. You hate to see it. I will get it fixed for future videos. We bring in the Flareon. As you can see, they ended up switching a Galarian Stunfisk into the Flareon, so they're double weak to Flareon. We're able to superpower them, and now we bring in our Kingdra, and at this point, Kingdra doesn't really have any use to us. We're basically just using it to reset the superpower debuff, and Flareon's going to be able to close out this match for us. Here, I keep farming because I want them to throw to take me out, because I would rather get the extra farm on Flareon than let myself get farmed down. And now they bring back in the Ninetales, but Ninetales, due to that ice subtyping, is in a lot of trouble in this matchup. They go straight Weather Ball. That works for me. And here, pretty sure this is, again, just another Weather Ball. We don't have to respect this, and we are going to be able to fully farm down and leave with a bunch of energy to threaten the Stunfisk. We are going to be able to get to the back-to-back superpowers, and that is going to be taking care of the Stunfisk, and with Superpower Flareon defeating a triple XL sweaty team. You love to see it. Hopping into the final match and picking up a pretty neutral lead versus Politoed. Unfortunately, Weather Ball does hit us for neutral, whereas we're forced to throw Earthquake for our neutral, so we do get significantly outpaced in this particular matchup. But the good news is, Earthquake does hurt Politoed quite a bit, so they do shield it up. And here we are really needing to take care of this Politoed, because if it sees our Flareon, that is definitely going to be a game over for us. We should be able to survive this. Weather Ball does not KO from this range, as we're able to barely live it, and we get the Earthquake off. That is absolutely massive. That does huge damage to the Politoed, so even though we do lose switch advantage, we do have shield advantage here, which is absolutely terrific. We're fine with letting this go. Earthquake does quite a bit of damage. If we can take care of this water type, then we should be in a good position. They have an Alolan Ninetales in the back, so we're going to be going for the Octazooka, and then we're going to bring in Flareon. We're doing super effective damage here, and they have a Venusaur in the back, so things are looking incredible. They are double weak to fire in the back. Flareon shutting it all down, and the opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. So all in all, Superpower Flareon in the Ultra League Premier Cup. I had quite a bit of fun with it. It's definitely not a main meta Pokemon. I wouldn't recommend building one if you're looking to, let's say, climb the ranks, but it is a very interesting niche pick that could have some play in more limited metas. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.